The first thing I want to start with is basically talking about streaming and how I arrived at streaming. Okay, so I've always tried to draw something, try to write something. I'm always writing. That's really the big thing. I'm always writing. And so the main thing that the main thing that happened with me is that I was into sports a lot. And so once you're into sports a lot, you really, for me, just at the time, for me, I never was interested in nothing else besides sports. You know what I mean? I set one goal, plan B takes away from plan A type stuff. So I got away from my drawings. I got away from my writings. I got away from making videos, even though I dibbled and dabbled in it because I always had cameras around me. So just talking about it all coming together. Look, bro, I done been in front of newspapers, got interviewed. I done been in front of cameras getting interviewed. I done read teleprompters on commercials at conferences. I've pretty much done many things in front of the camera as it relates to media, but that never clicked to me that you can actually do it for a living, like earn some type of living doing it. It never clicked to me that the business of entertainment or the entertainment business or the media business, that never clicked to me. So fast forward a few years later, as I'm trying to get back into it, expressing myself, I ran into an issue. What was that issue? My issue was that the media that I had always been exposed to has always been like such a polished, official presentation. Like big TV cameras, like setting up the big lights, you know what I mean? Like the whole behind the big camera thing. And I viewed media and was trained in media to be like, okay, you have to be, I'm just going to say politically correct. You got to be politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Be politically correct when you talk. Show up, clean, cut, clean up yourself. Try to make the best presentation. Try to make everybody look good, which I still embody those things. But there's a certain point where, like, it's the end of practice. I just took my helmet off. I can't go get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? There's no brush out here. Like, you can't do that. And so, what I finally realized that drew me towards streaming is that streaming is more like, for me at least, it's more like we just chatting. You know what I'm saying? This is unedited, unscripted. Like, of course I have a game plan, but this is not the polished version. This is the raw phase. As it leaves here, then I make clips. I do the polishing up. I do the editing. I do that in the back end. But I finally arrived at how it's all coming together, because this is how I know, and this is how you know when things come together. You won't have to go beyond what you already possess to get started, to start on that path. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go beyond what you already have and possess to get started. And for me, that's obviously, first thing is a desire to inspire. It's a desire to share insight. It's a desire to build a community and get in partnership with the people who tune in, the people who follow, the people who subscribe, the people who comment, the people who ultimately sign up for, the elevated statuses as far as, tier 1 and top tier members and things like that. That's what I desire. You know what I'm saying? And so the first thing is, there's a story in the Bible. And I'm not here to preach to you, but I'm just going to be honest. God tells Moses, what do you have in your hand? You know what I'm saying? First he put his hand in his cloak. He pulled his hand out. His hand had leprosy, diseased, tarnished, unclean. God told him to put it back in his hand, pull it out again. He was cured. Moses was showing us that essentially the process of utilizing what's in our hands, what's at hand, what's available to us within our reach, the process of starting that, the process of utilizing that is also going to be a cleansing process to our own self. You know what I'm saying? So essentially when I first got started, I literally had everything that I have that I'm using, camera, microphone, lights, headphones, computer, everything that I have I've owned for multiple years. You know what I'm saying? So I literally had to buy nothing else. I just had to get my computer fixed because I did crack that screen, bro. I did crack that screen, and that's not cool. So, you know, essentially, that's what it's about, man. And after you get through all of the, oh, this is why I don't want to do this, and I don't have this going, and once you are ready to start where you're at and accept where you're at in life, physically, mentally, emotionally, you'd be surprised how many different people relate, because people are going to relate to different versions of you. They're going to relate to different sides of you. They're going to relate to different angles. Some people going to like you for one thing that other people don't even know you for. You know, so it's just like, it's all working together. It's all working together.